Welcome back, everybody, and we are here for another garden update. So we did eat the corn. I got 5 cobs of corn. We decided to eat them one night for dinner, so I did not get to video it. Some of them were a little funky looking, missing a row of kernels, so I just didn't get good pollination. And a couple of the other ones I had to chop the top off of the cob because they weren't pollinated very well either. But all in all, I call it a success. You can see my sunflowers in the background are doing really well. This one is almost as tall as I am. So this sunflower is almost as tall as I am. So he's probably about maybe 4 foot tall because I'm 4'11". So he'll be as tall as I am in no time. But I want to show you what I'm going to be working on today. So here is the old location for the sweet corn. Right here. As you can tell, since I harvested the corn and we ate it, all that's left now are the tomato plants, which the tomatoes I think are doing pretty good. The pepper plants are doing well. I don't know. Hopefully I'll be getting bell peppers sprouting soon. All of my herbs are doing really well. The oregano, the parsley, the dill. Look how tall the dill is. That's crazy. And that last one over there is the cilantro. That one right there. That thing's huge. It's already flowered. To be honest, I bought them because I wanted to see if we could grow them. I did do some research, and I know by now before they flower you're supposed to take it to use it in the kitchen. But we have not harvested any of these herbs. We've just let them grow. But I think they're doing really well. You already saw the sunflowers right along back here. And I just wanted to show you real quick my corn stalks. Alright, so these are the corn stalks that I chopped down. That is a 6-foot fence. So you can see I did chop them down maybe 3 inches above the roots. So most of them were about 6 foot tall. So they did get pretty big. And as you can see, like this one right here, some of the corn just didn't, I guess it just didn't pollinate well enough. So I didn't even bother picking this one. There's a few of them. Here's another one right there that I just knew wasn't going to do well. There aren't even any, see, there aren't any silks hardly here. So all in all, we got about 5 good cobs of corn. Pretty good for my first tries. And here are the roots to those corns. Look how huge. Those are some huge roots for that corn. Look at this one. Humongous. Good healthy roots. Since I considered the corn a success and we didn't have any problems other than the corn earworm, I decided to try my hand at planting a whole bunch more. I planted initially the 8 or 9 that you see behind me, and now Scott has built me another raised garden bed. It's a 4x8. And I'm going to show you that. And I'm going to try to plant about 46 seeds and see how this does. So I want to show you how I'm going to do that right now. Alright everybody, so here is my new bed that's going to be for solely corn for now. We had to buy 2 of these boards, which were 2x10 by 12. So 2 12-foot pieces of this 2x10. And then we bought 1 8-foot piece of a 4x4. So one 8-foot piece of a 4x4 and two 12-foot pieces of an 8x10. These are untreated pine we used so it won't leach into the, from what I've researched, because I'm no professional on this, but what I've researched is it was better to use untreated wood, because I guess some of the pressure treated stuff could go into, oh look, a butterfly. Okay, so what this is going to be is this is going to be a 4-foot by 8-foot bed. We made these legs so that we could sink them into the ground 2 feet. So the length of the leg right here to there, the 4x4, are 4 feet. So 2 of the feet are going to go into the ground. We're going to use a pole digger, a post hole digger, to sink these into the ground to stabilize the bed. I don't think it's necessary, but we figured why not. Scott nailed 2 nails in first, and then he pre-drilled 3 holes, and then he screwed in 3 screws, and he did that on each side. So he did it on this side, then he did the same thing to this side, did the same thing to that side, and as you can tell, he put the 4x4 on the inside where these would be on the outside of the 4x4. Alright, so I'm going to try an experiment, and I'm going to plant some of this triple crowned white hybrid sweet corn in half of the bed, and the original corn that I planted the first time, which was delicious, the sweet corn by Fairy Morse. Hopefully you can see how I made little lines along the length of the bed. I also made one right here across the middle. So I'm going to plant one type of corn on this side and one type of corn on that side. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do so that I don't forget, because I have a really bad memory, so I'm gonna do, because this is an old knife from my other original corn, I'm gonna rewrite sweet corn with the Y for yellow and put it on the side of the bed that's gonna be this corn. And then on this knife I'm gonna write sweet corn white, so sweet corn W. So I'm gonna go ahead and write on these knives, and these will be my little markers so I know what the heck I planted. Alright, so I was able to write it on this one, but this one I just abbreviated SCW for sweet corn white. So this was the yellow side. I'm going to stick it in right there. And this is going to be my sweet corn white. I'm going to stick that right here. Alright, so we're going to keep checking back and see how the progression of this corn goes. Alright, so it's been a few days, and I have decided to thin out my pumpkins and my watermelon. So these are my pumpkin plants, and I think I've decided I'm going to thin out this smaller one. I don't know, just only because I don't really have any good reason to choose this one other than it is the smallest. Oh, my cardinal friend is here. A lot of activity today. Let's see if I could spot him before I clip this. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and snip this right. I don't know if I should choose that one. It's pretty healthy looking. I should have paid more attention when I was planting these on which one was the Casper and which two were the Giants. This one's kind of looking a little wilted. Maybe I should do that one. Let's do this one. Try to do it with one hand. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Oh, all right, there it is. I'm down to 1, 2, 3, 4 pumpkins. So we're gonna follow these little pumpkins and see how they do. Pull out that weed. Now let's go over to the watermelon. Make some tough decisions there too. All right, so I already said what I wanted to cut on this one for sure was gonna be this one. He didn't look like he was gonna make it. This is a weed. Now, out of these, this is a little bit easier because these are all the same variety of pumpkin, of These are all the same variety of watermelon, so this makes it a little bit easier. So I think I'm gonna cut this one that's kind of growing a little wonky. So let's cut him off. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left. I initially planted 9. So I'm wondering if I should keep all of these for a little bit longer just to see how they do, and then I'll thin it out once they get a little bit bigger. I think that's what I'm going to do. I took 2 out already, so I think I'm just going to keep these and keep an eye on them, see which ones I decide to keep. Alright, so today is June 16th, and I wanted to do a super quick update video on the corn. Look at this. I don't know if you can see it really well. That over there is white sweet corn on that back half. And then this is my yellow sweet corn, doing really well. Here's an update on my watermelon. Looking good. Pumpkin update. I'm happy with it. And now one last really quick update. The tomatoes. I don't know what's going on with this. Looking pretty sick. I'll probably cut that off tomorrow because I don't know what's going on with it. But good news is I call it a success. I got 1 red tomato. It's the smallest beefsteak tomato in history, but I'll take it. And then this one's starting to turn red. I can't wait. Since this tomato made it all the way to its ripeness, I'm gonna go ahead and pick this before any of the critters might come along and take it, like our squirrels or the raccoons. I don't know if that's the proper way to pick a tomato. I don't know if that was the proper way to pick a tomato. It was twisted off. Maybe I should have researched that. But here it is. One little green spot. It's not soft. It looked ripe to me. I'm going to taste it tonight. And there is my sunflower. Looks like the other ones are about to bloom any day now. I love it. It's so beautiful. And it is about as tall as I am. I love it. I love this sunflower. My friend the Cardinal says the same thing. He loves it. Hey everyone, today is June 23rd and I wanted to do an exciting update for you. So as you know, I have my tomatoes which are doing really well. I picked 3 tomatoes just the other day. But more exciting than that, look at what's going on in the fern dill. We have caterpillars, everyone. Look how many caterpillars. And from what I've researched, these are black swallowtail butterflies, or caterpillars. These are black swallowtail caterpillars. There's 2 more there. 2 more there. So I'm really glad that I did not cut this down. I did cut a piece off of down here. A big piece of ferndale because it was just hanging over. But now I'm so glad that I didn't cut it down. I think I'm going to grow these not to eat, but to have some beautiful caterpillars. This is great. And we have a little lizard. My sunflowers are doing well. I have 1, 2 sunflowers. There's my other sunflower. That one's probably only about 3 foot tall. And one quick look at the progress of the corn. Looking good. So today is August 1st, and I wanted to do a super quick corn update because unfortunately I don't think my corn is gonna make it. For those of you who are not aware, Hurricane Isa, I think that's the name. It's a very odd name. But anyway, it's coming through. I tried my best to stake up the corn. As you can see, the green, it's pretty much gardener's tape with some PVC. I ran it through because I have seen on YouTube that once the corn falls over, it's pretty much done for. And unfortunately, with a hurricane or even tropical force winds, I'm afraid that all of this effort for my poor corn is not gonna make it. So I wanted to get one last shot of it. You can see some of them have already fallen over, and we're just getting barely any rain bands coming through here, but they are not looking like they're gonna make it. So while I was inside the house, it dawned on me that maybe I should video the corn, because unfortunately I don't think it's gonna make it. I mean, although my gardener's tape seems like it's holding some of them up, I don't think they'll make it to the morning. Let's just cross our fingers and hope that it does. You could definitely see where they have been pushed over by the wind. And like I said, I mean, those corn stalks right there are taller than I am. But like I said, it doesn't look too good for the corn, guys. And I've been growing this corn since, I believe, May. And today is August 1st. I also wanted to do a quick update on the pumpkins. Well, that's where they used to be. Something started chewing them up. They pretty much were dead. So I'll try pumpkins again sometime. But the pumpkins did not survive. Now on the other hand, my watermelons, although you can't really see anything here, I do have a watermelon growing. He's just a little fella, but there's one and there is another one. So I am really hoping that this hurricane does not mess with the watermelon. Bye-bye, corn. I hope you make it. Good luck.